Alright guys, we are back, but this time we're actually on pick number 6. So now I think officially we can say we're about halfway through the draft. Um, with this pick, this basically puts us at about halfway through, and the draft was actually going down decently fast, so it was going at a good speed, and mons were getting picked up. And honestly, I started getting scared. I thought this mon would not make it to me. Um, it's a mon I definitely think can be a tank under the right arms. It can be a sweeper under the right hands. And well, I know you guys probably saw my Ninetales video for pick number 4. Um, and well, this was the mon I was telling you about for the Sun. I did decide to draft a Sun Sweeper. And for pick number 6, I did draft the tank itself. I drafted the plant. I drafted Venusaur. Um, this does give me my 3rd free pick. So at this point, my points are actually starting to look a little low for that last pick. And actually, no, I lied. Because you're tier 4, so you actually don't take as many points. I actually had a ton of points left. And honestly, my final pick was a little hard to... Or my last free pick was a little hard to decide. It took a while before I ever decided on my free pick. On that last free pick, only because this is the last free pick, so you really have to make sure you use those points wisely. And okay, so with Venusaur, it's got 100 in special attack and 100 in special defense, so it's a special tank. Not only can it be offensive, it can actually take hits. HP is at 80 and defense 83, so it's not a complete paper, but it's not. It can still be a wall because it does have bulk to it. That attack stat, I mean, physical Venusaur could be interesting. I don't think it'll ever come. But now let's go to Showdown. Let's check this guy out. So yes, I will be calling it JPP after my friend, one of my friends. He actually is a big lover of Bulbasaur, but I can't get Bulbasaur because it's an LC mon, so I don't think it'll do well. So I grabbed the next closest thing. You know what? I was like, you know what? It's a tank. It's 3 weaknesses I think I can cover decently well. And I was like, you know what? Let's pick them up. So I picked up Venusaur. I honestly think this was a move. It does get overgrowth, so if it does get to about a third before like any super berries I think get activated. Or no, yeah, no. The super berry gets at quarter health I think. But either way, it gets overgrowth, so that does mean um my attack stat does go up, so we're not completely that way it's not completely useless. It can still do damage, and if anything it actually does more damage under overgrow. So, and then here it is. This is what I was telling you guys about. Chlorophyll under sunny day with Ninetales, because Ninetales does have drought, so it pulls up the sun. Venusaur speed gets doubled, and that can be somewhat nice because that means you can actually outspeed a lot of things with max speed Venusaur under the sun. And sometimes some of those things you want to outspeed are actually weak to Venusaur, so we can always exploit that. But here we go. Moves. Amnesia if we want to make him even bulkier. Bring some leftovers. Maybe. Get Amnesia going. And hopefully he doesn't forget his name. Uh, so then we got block. So that's a trap move. So unless I think they have, again, unless they have U-turn or volt switch, they are they are trapped in there. So they they can't switch. So that actually helps us a lot. So let's say we're in like with Seismitoad, uh, Quagsire, Gastrodon. We can block, prevent them to switch, and then proceed to hit them with like Bullet Seed, which is kind of a multiple hit move. So we can try and take them down that way because they are 4 times weak to grass. So this actually helps us a lot. If we want to bring kind of like a curse plant thing, kind of like with the rest of our mons. Everyone except for Mimikyu, maybe. Um, but nonetheless, we can try and bring like a Cursed Venusaur set. Let's see. Cut. Defense Curl if we want to make him physically bulky. Double Edge. Let's see. Earthquake. So now we got even more Earthquake spam. So that's even better for us. Energy Ball. Um, this would be actually, I think, a funny move to bring. False Swipe. Because in something like this, it's not really a useful move. But honestly, if you think about it, it could come in handy. Frenzy Plant. So this is the move a lot of the starters do get. So I know like stuff like Chestnut, stuff like Venusaur, all the grass starters, they get Frenzy Plant. Um, and this is a really, really strong special grass move next to like Solar Beam. Uh, but it does require us to charge the next turn. Giga Drain, Grass Pledge. Oh, here's another one, but this one's more for like doubles. Grass Pledge. I've actually used these in a playthrough instead. I have not used them competitive. I definitely would love to use them, but it does require you to use Fire or Water Pledge, kind of in the same turn. So it's more for doubles, but some of the effects can be kind of interesting. Grass Whistle. If we want to put some things to sleep, kind of work with Sleep Claws a little bit. It does get grassy terrain, so maybe we don't have Bulu with us. A way for them to have a way to bring up the terrain. Honestly, I would love to bring Drought Ninetales with grassy terrain Venusaur just to see how completely busted this is, because it does power up any grass move on top of restoring HP. With leftovers and let's say synthesis, I think this thing could be a tank. Growth, if we want to raise our stats in the sun, it does go up by 2. So this could be helpful as well. Let's see. What else? What else? Ingrain. Here's a move that could help, but here's the thing. It actually traps us, so it's not actually that good of a move. Um, all right. Let's see. Knockoff, Leap Storm, and Leech Seed. Sorry guys, but uh, family came out, so I needed to stop the audio a little bit there. But Knockoff, Leaf Storm, Leech Seed. This is a move that Venusaur is really well known for. Leech Seed. It actually, I guess, takes a little bit of HP from the opponent. So again, Venusaur is an incredible tank if you can set it up right. Let's see. Screens. Wow, really? You get light screen? Dang. Making him an even bigger special tank. So it's like I don't think special moves will affect Venusaur unless you bring some crazy set. Magical Leaf if we don't want to risk a miss. Mega Drain, although Giga Drain's a little better. Outrage, wow. So now we got some dragon coverage. Pedal Dance. This is kind of like a grass outrage. Pedal Blizzard. Power Whip. Here's a strong physical move. Razor Leaf. So here's some more grass coverage. Here's the other screen. So Reflect. It does get screens, so we can really make him a tank. Rest. Roar to like force force switches in, so maybe we can get some chip damage. Let's see. Safeguard to stop us from any status conditions. I think before Safeguard, I think stopped crits from happening, but I don't say I think that was a little too busted, so they I think might have switched it. Seed Bomb, another more grass stab. Solar Beam, here it is. This is the move that's powerful, completely powerful under the sun. Let's see, sludge bomb. So now we got that poison stab. Um, Substitute to make again. Venusaur is an incredible tank. If you can set up that tank really well, you can actually do some really big damage. Let's see, Swords Dance, Synthesis. Let's see. Toxic and Venoshock, a really busted combination. This it because Venoshock doubles as soon as it's the target is poisoned and doubles its power. So instead of 65, you're hitting I think at 120, 130 power, base power, and it's a poison move on top of that. Here we go. So 65. If it doubles, that's already a times 2. 130. So I was right. Imagine that times, I think it's like 1.5 for stab. You're hitting at 195, almost 200 power. It's a move that can come in handy. Ooh, here's the thing too. This is, I guess, one really solid reason why I picked up a grass type, and it's Worry Seed. It does take up a slot, but I was actually talking to a friend of mine. It actually can stop Crocoon, because it takes away the ability, giving it insomnia, which means it cannot go to sleep. So if it tries to rest, it will fail. And considering Venusaur, it actually can become a tank for Vincoon, which is another set that's really popular. It's kind of like a Toxic Stall set, because it stops it because Toxic cannot get or it won't work on Venusaur. It actually stops it, and then at that point I can hit it hard with Solar Beam. I can hit it hard with something else. Um, it doesn't look like you get any like electric coverage, so I can probably try and go for like a hidden power electric, kind of as a hidden tech thing. Bullet Seed, again, it's a 2 to 5 turn, or it hits 2 to 5 times in one turn. So if we get lucky, we get those 5 hits, and maybe we can knock it out. Um, Sorry if you guys hear my dog, but yeah, it's honestly Venusaur was a tank, and I was also looking at my cores because I was looking to see what I had. And Venusaur actually is the second part to my Fire, Water, Grass core. Now I have my Fire type and I have my Grass type. Fairy, Dragon, and Steel. I have that core already set because I had it set with Mega Altaria with Lucario. So that set was done. The only other set that needed to be completed was my Fighting, Dark, and Psychic core. But I had my Fighting type. I was missing my Psychic type and my Dark type. But those you'll see later on in these videos. But for now, I think that is it. I think that's all I really wanted to say on Venusaur. I honestly hope it becomes the tank of the team. We had Aggron in the last league we had, and that thing was a tank. It didn't get any kills, but honestly, Venusaur is such a kind of like a different type of tank where it can actually sweep under the right set. So, for that, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Peace.